Hello everyone, my name is Cucklover27 and today I'm going to be doing a guide which I know pretty much everyone's already going to know everything about them, but seeing as this game is going to be released on console, we're going to have an awful lot of new players that really haven't got a clue what they're doing. So today, of all things, I'm going to be going over the pets and allies because I was actually really goddamn stuck for what the hell I should make. Right, now let's get right into the guide. Fucking cancer star. In Trove, you can have a small little ally following you around. These allies tend to give you stats. Some can even attack enemies, although it's very fucking rare and pointless. And some can even leech the enemy's health when you cause damage to them. Now, there's an absolute ton of allies you can actually have in this game. Some are extremely pointless, as you've probably worked out by now, because you don't need that many allies in a game, but there we go. You have to fill it up with something, I suppose. And then you have that select few of allies, which everyone has, because they're pretty much the only good allies to actually have in the game. But before I tell you which allies are the best ones, let's actually find out how you get all of these things. The majority of allies can be found in the treasure aisles. They're sold by vendors on small ships that sell soul traps. These soul traps can then be bought for 300 glim, although I'm going to be honest, this is probably a very old-fashioned way to buy allies, and it's probably not the best, as buying these soul traps is a complete gamble. These soul traps just give out completely random allies and you're not going to get what you want to get. And it's often very difficult to actually find a vendor that is actually selling a soul trap specifically for whatever ally you're trying to find. So say if you're trying to find a bot ally or a cat ally, you'd have to try and find a ship that actually sells that soul trap. And it's very long and pointless, and I really don't suggest you buy allies this way. Other allies then are totally seasonal, so you can only get them in the seasons, like Samantha in Halloween or the penguins in winter. Just so I can go over the rest of them, because there's so many ways to get all of these bloody things. Streamer Dreamer codes that are given out by streamers. Hint hint, watch to the end of the video. Dragon Souls, Mastery, and of course some can be crafted. Now after wasting my time in telling you all of that, I'm going to tell you the easiest way to get any sort of ally is to just buy it off the bloody market by pressing U. Most allies now are going extremely cheap, and even some of the good ones, so there's really no reason not to buy them off the market. In fact, some are going that cheap, people often bump up the price just by adding even more allies into the whole thing, so you'd end up buying like 10 allies. Like, I was buying a penguin, I bought 20 penguins because I wasn't looking exactly at what I was buying. These allies are so in abundance, they're just ridiculously cheap. Right, so what allies are the best ones to use then if there's so many of them? If you're just going for something for raw damage, then something like the Chloromancer, the Raptor Berserker, or the Perfect Penguin, then these are probably going to be the ones you're going to be looking for. If you find yourself dying too often, then I'd suggest something like the Prowling Shadow or Samantha Cat, as these leech 2.2% of the enemy's health whenever you attack them. That doesn't sound like much, but it actually stacks up quite a bit. There are other ones then, like the Solar Powered Satellizer or the Feisty Flame Dancer, that gives you a pretty decent buff to your energy. And that's pretty much as far as I'm going to take this guide. I like to keep my videos short. There is a lot more I probably could have went over, but I'd just be going over each individual ally, and there's just so many of them, it's just a waste of time. Honestly, the ones I've already showed you just now are probably going to be the ones you're going to be using for the most of the game. And now, because I have an abundance of streamer codes that I don't want, I'm going to give them out. Isn't that fantastic? Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll just pick 5 random comments out. I really don't care what you write down there at this point. I'll just pick out 5 random winners at some time in the week. Don't ask me when. I don't keep track of these things. Now I'm going to do some research to find out what cuck actually means, and then I'm going to contemplate on what I'm doing with my life.